Guys, we're super excited to bring you the latest project we've been working on. The Rule of Cars is a course that teaches you how to own and drive luxury cars such as this X6M without losing tens of thousands of dollars per year. Click the link below to find out how you can own and drive your dream luxury cars today. Guys, welcome back to the Desert Road. Today, we have this awesome 2021 BMW X6M that we're going to take for a drive and show you all the ins and outs of it. We've been waiting to review this car for quite some time. I love M cars. We're going to tell you everything that we find with this beauty. Let's start off. We're going to talk a little bit about the exterior. As you can see, tons of M little goodies all around the car. It has the nice M mirrors here, the staggered wheels, the 21s in the front, 22s in the back. These are specific to the M line of cars here. You got 295s in the front. I believe they're 315s in the back. Yeah, so a little bit wider back here. Especially in this X6M package, this car looks absolutely stunning. To me, there's no bad angles. Some people don't like these coupe looking SUVs. I'm generally a fan, and I think it looks great. It looks sporty, like a proper M car. It's got the different bumpers front and back. It's got these nice reflector inserts here. Obviously, a badass exhaust. We'll show you exactly how this sounds like in a second. All right, so the X6M comes with this nice small spoiler here in the back. Really just a good looking car that's gonna age well for years to come. I love these slimmer taillights here in the back. So love this back end, love the rear diffuser as well. Coming around, as you can see, you got the nice wider fenders here. The fender flares, that looks good. A nice little touch is you have, it doesn't go all the way through, but you do have this small little design in this car as well. Coming around to the front, you got the upgraded laser headlights, look great on here, as well as a really mean front aggressive bumper. Overall, it's a great package. You can almost instantly tell that this is an M car. Looks killer. The stance is just right. I think overall a very good looking package. All right, now that we've done a brief walk around, let's get inside and show you the interior of this car. All right, moving on into the interior of this BMW X6M. As you can see, it's got the sportier seats in here that are only on the M versions of this car. You can see even the seat belts have a little bit of special striping on here. Looks great. Of course, the nice M steering wheel, full leather dashboard, carbon fiber, very fitting to a car such as this. Tons of leather everywhere. All the design touches is almost what makes this M feel so special. There's literally nothing left that's overly not thought about or incorporated. Makes this car feel very premium in every regard, down to the Alcantara headliner here on the top. Leather wrap dashboard, we showed you that. It's got the M shift knob right here, leather shift knob, feels great in the hand as well. Overall, a very, very solid package. All right, sitting in the back seat, it does feel a bit tight here, especially because these seats are wider than typical X6 or X5 seats. But overall, if you have small children that can fit back here, should be no problem with the room. Again, this would not make the greatest of family cars to me, particularly because of the decreased storage room in the trunk and the sloped roof. But you know, if you're just hauling some people here for a brief duration of time, this will definitely do. Again, the same beautiful design extends all the way into the back seat. You still have the design elements in the seat belt, the beautiful quilted inserts right here. This leather color looks fantastic. You can pull this down. You got a couple cup holders right here. Your own AC controls back here. Again, more carbon fiber, more leather wrapped everything. It's got these sunshades back here as well. Overall, we have everything you need, nothing you don't back here. It does feel relatively cozy back here, so make sure you check out this rear seat room before committing or purchasing one of these. Let's take a look at the trunk and see exactly how much space we have back in here. Again, definitely enough to get away for a weekend, but this sloped roof will definitely sacrifice you some cubic feet, so make sure this can haul all your gear that you need here for your trip. Let me jump in here. We're gonna power this baby on, show you how it sounds from inside and outside of the car, and then take her on a drive. All right, guys, we're gonna go over the interior of the car, give it a start here as well. Sounds awesome. This V8 is not overpowering. It doesn't have too much personality and sound. It sounds just right. Nice low growl here. You can see the interior of this. It's standard X5, X6 fare with the screens, the layout. Nothing's been changed up until the model year 24. It still has the layout here that's slightly customizable. A nice screen, touch screen right here. So overall, no complaints with this. It's fast, it's responsive. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay, which I really appreciate. Overall, the ergonomics of this feel good. Sitting in here, the big complaint of many people is these unadjustable seat cushion bolsters right here. They make it really difficult to get in and out of the car, and they squeeze you in quite a bit. So I'm not a very wide person. I can see these seat bolsters here bothering quite a few people. So make sure you're comfortable, especially for long distance driving, sitting in something like this. It feels very snug. It feels very racy. So make sure it's to your preference. We do have seat massagers here that will definitely relieve some back pressure on your shorter and longer drives. I've had this on for a little bit of time now. Honestly, they don't work all that great. They're fairly weak in this car, but it offers some back relief support. Guys, that wraps up this interior. Let's take her on a drive and tell you the best parts and the worst parts of this X6M. Let's go. Guys, taking off in this BMW X6M, the first thing you notice, even in comfort mode, has been highlighted by many reviewers out there, is just exactly how kind of firm this car rides. It's not unbearably so, but and it doesn't even really fully translate into, you know, like a shaky car or steering wheel. What it does is it's kind of like your butt dyno picking up every single modulation in the road. Every little crack, you feel it. You know, it doesn't beat you up or the car that bad, but it translates everything directly into the feel of this car. All right, driving it down the freeway, one of the other things you significantly notice is the road noise coming from these tires. Again, you have a heavy car with a V8, you have wide tires in the front and back. It definitely intrudes this cabin with quite a bit of road noise. Now, I'm driving it, I'm looking at this car from an enthusiastic perspective and viewpoint, and just overall, it's just very tightly sprung. It's almost too on edge for me. It's not giving me any kind of satisfaction in driving it. Where this car shines to me would obviously be at the track or close to the track. You know, if you're participating in those kind of activities. Outside of that, I'm really not 100% sure what you know, in which way this car shines. It handles remarkably well. It's almost like one solid block of aluminum. Feels very solid, but outside of that, I mean, just between the suspension, the acceleration feels just tight and just overly kind of like high sprung. The transmission shifts fast. Even in all comfort, this still feels like a very, very tightly wound up car. Even something like driving on the freeway to me doesn't feel particularly relaxing. I feel very tense driving this. Between the way it goes, between the road noise in here, is just, it puts in a lot of kind of overfloods you with senses and emotion driving this car. I could see the appeal of this to some people that just might think the regular X5, X6 is just too wishy-washy or just doesn't offer enough performance in that. But this almost takes it an edge past what I would find attractive or comfortable in a modern day car. I could see a combination like this working well in a sports car or even a sedan, but I find it very, very unreasonably so to infuse all this into a big SUV. Again, I'm driving this. I spent half a day with this car. It's really not doing much for me at all in any way. It's not giving me great feelings of a good everyday road car, while simultaneously it's not really providing me anything in the terms of being on the enthusiast side. It almost takes everything past the point of enjoyability downright to straight uncomfortableness for me. Personally, I would not take this, especially for a family everyday driver. All right, guys, moving in to our 3 likes and 3 dislikes. Starting off, my number 1 like is the way this car looks. I like this segment of cars in the X6 coupe body combined with the M Sport bumpers front and back of this version. I think it looks absolutely badass and a notch above all the other X6s on the road. Number 2 like is the interior. It's finished off incredibly well. This leather is great. The Alcantara is fantastic. Again, it takes it a notch above even the M50i BMWs. And number 3 like, the handling on this car is remarkable. When you take it around turns, I mean, it does as well as you know, what to me feels the best of sports cars. Now, going into 3 dislikes. Number 1, the way this car rides. I don't enjoy particularly anything about the way this car rides. One being the acceleration. It is blazingly fast, but you know, it doesn't have that instant kick in the butt that electric cars give you, and this car feels heavy. So even with a big V8 in here, over 600 horsepower, sometimes, especially off the line, it struggles to give you that instant jolt of power. So that combined with an ultra harsh suspension, just overall don't make this for a particularly very enjoyable ride. All right, number 2 dislike is these seats aren't particularly very comfortable either. They're snug, yes they are, they hold you very well, but the seat cushion bolsters aren't adjustable on here, so they squeeze you in quite a bit. Make sure you're definitely very comfortable in these seats prior to committing to something like this. And number 3 dislike is the visibility out of this car fairly sucks overall with the sloped roof line back there. Everything from the mirror to you turning your head, you don't have the greatest view out of your shoulder view. So that covers our likes and dislikes. I hope you enjoyed taking this X6M on a drive with us. As always, make sure to follow, subscribe for more real reviews, and we'll see you next time on the desert road.